Today is Monday, October the 4th, and welcome to Nightline on NHS TV. I'm Jerry Middleton, your host, and joining me is analyst Rick Fletcher. This is the preview show for Nightline to hear what Rick and myself will be talking about. Rick, so what can Night fans expect to see on the program?
Well, Jerry, we're glad to be here first. This is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to talk about a lot of things. Sports. We love sports. You and I are a couple of sports junkies.
Absolutely.
We love to talk about sports. I love to go to the ball games. So we'll talk about a lot of sports. We'll do highlights from previous week's games. Whatever the event, whatever we can get. If we can get some video, we'll do highlights. We'll talk about these games. Get into content of what's happening with the ball games and the various athletic events.
Yep.
Okay, we'll preview upcoming games. All right, there's always a game going on, whether it's basketball, wrestling, or whatever. Pick your activity. So we'll preview upcoming week as far as what the Knights are doing and where they're going and who they're playing and that type of thing. We might bring some coaches in here, or players, or maybe both, and we'll interview them. We'll also, just as a reminder, you and I will be broadcasting girls and boys basketball on MyTeamLiveTV.tv, just like we did last year.
Yep.
And we're doing all the home games, and we're going to do a few away games this year.
Yes, we're going to do some select away games, boys and girls, but one of the ones I know probably for sure will be the Delta Tournament. That game is on the 23rd of December, and it will be an afternoon game. So we'll be able to broadcast that, and you can turn it on at work. And then you can drive up to the game that night for the championship, which we should be playing in.
And we won't tell your boss, we promise. If your boss, if you're looking at your boss, just tell him what you'll be doing. Maybe you ought to do that. Yeah. So other things we'll be doing, we'll talk about the Tri-Eastern Conference scores, standings, what's going on in the TEC. As you know, Northeastern is a member of the Tri-Eastern Conference. We'll go over statistics. Statistics are sometimes what tells the story of the ball game. So we'll discuss that. Between you and I, we'll do that. Among other things. But I will say, Jerry, it's not just sports. Okay.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of activities we'll be discussing.
Well, you're right, Rick. There's a lot of other things going on at Northeastern High School and the middle school and the elementary. Some of the other things we will talk about, obviously, is band, DAMSELS, the drama club, and they're having a production this winter, and other items pertaining to Northeastern schools. I mean, all those are integral parts of who Northeastern is.
Now, during the winter time, and I don't know if a lot of people know this, but the band has a drumline corps,
Yep.
and they do competitions on a weekly basis all through the winter, and so we'll be reporting those scores back to you. Also, DAMSELS. I will say this, if you've ever been to a band practice in the summertime, those people work hard, both band members and DAMSELs.
That's brutal, Rick.
Oh, it is brutal.
It is
They're
brutal
out there
there.
95-degree heat. Sometimes they're out there from 9 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock at night.
On the asphalt.
On the asphalt, and there's no air conditioning. The sun is beating down. You and I would wilt. Under the pressure. So, and they're very exciting. If you ever been, I've been to several of these, having some of my kids being involved in band and DAMSELS. I've been to these events, and they are very well done. You get they're a lot of fun to go to, and they work hard, they practice hard, just like any other athletic team. They're out there working their tails off, and they perform well. Our DAMSELS, they don't compete just against small schools. They'll compete against schools like Carmel, Hamilton Southeastern, Mount Vernon, a lot of big schools, Avon. I mean, these schools could put 10 of our schools in their school, all right? So just the idea that they're willing to go out there and not just compete, but perform well, finish top 10, top 5 sometimes. It's really tremendous.
Band got runner-up one year, wasn't it?
Yeah,
a few years ago?
That was probably a few years ago at state. At State Fair. And I'll tell you what, Dan Merkamp, Tom Christ, Tracy Ross, they're the directors there of DAMSELS and band. They do a tremendous job, and it's a lot of fun. And these kids get a lot out of it, and they do work hard. So we'll be keeping you updated on what's going on with their competitions that they have during the winter season.
Well, and don't forget, we got academics too. We got Spell Bowl, Math Bowl, and speaking of bowling, we also have a bowling team.
Yeah, well, I've been to a few academic meets in my life.
Yeah.
Okay. The only sad thing about that is you can't yell at the refs, okay? Because you want to sit there and say, "Hey, he put his pencil down too late," or something like that. If you're on the academic teams, you know what I'm talking about. But there's a lot of activities going on that it's not like everybody knows basketball is going on because you're here on a Friday night, football here on a Friday night. So we'll be discussing all those.
Well, Rick, another thing that people are going to see this year when they come to the basketball games or even the football games or volleyball games so far is the fact that Jerry Kiesling and the Northeastern School Board decided to let students in for free.
That's an excellent idea. You and I have both seen this year during the fall season at volleyball matches, the cheer blocks, the students will come in and fill up a section, and they're loud. And I can tell you, I know this for a fact, and the volleyball girls, they appreciate that. Okay, we've seen it at football games. All right, the cheer blocks. Everybody knows what a cheer block is. You come in, there's no excuse. You can all go to the games. We're hoping that we can pack the house every single night, and that this gym can be the loudest in the area, not just in the Tri-Eastern Conference, but when people come here, that they know it's going to be loud. So come, it's free, no charge for the kids. Fill up the cheer block, be classy. We know you can be classy. I've seen it already. You can be loud as you can be, and it's a lot of fun. Come out and support your fellow students that you go to school with and see them every day, and just fill it up right to the rim.
Well, that's going to be that's a great addition that's happened, and a few of the things that we're going to talk about probably is. There's just so many other items that go on behind the scenes with people. We've got our custodial staff. Man, they take care of the building, and people come in here and they're like, "Wow, this place is really clean." I've been to some schools where, you wondered if something was coming home with you after the game.
If you've ever looked at the gym after a ball game, it's dirty.
Yeah.
And that thing doesn't clean itself. That custodial staff, they get out there and they clean that thing down so it's nice and spiffy for the next crowd to come in. So come on out to the ball games, fill the rafters right to the top. Let's get to the place where they have to say there's no more room. And, be loud and, cheer on whatever activity's going on.
Well, Rick, Nightline can be seen on Monday evenings on this YouTube channel starting October the 11th.
So if you're watching this right now and you have some ideas, we're a couple of rank amateurs just having fun. That's all we're doing. And you can text me. I don't normally give out my number, but I'm going to give it just for you guys out there.
Is this a public service announcement?
A public service announcement, right. And don't call me to sell anything, okay? If the answer is already no. All right, I've already got it, or I don't need it. But my phone number is 765-914-6632. Comments, if you have suggestions, don't hesitate to give me a text or give me a phone call. I'm old school. I like phone calling, but I've also learned to read text messages over the years. You kind of have to. So go ahead and shoot me a text or a phone call if you have ideas, things you would like to see, We have no ego here. Absolutely none. And we don't own any of this. We're doing this for you. Yes. I think we're going to have a lot of fun, Jerry.
Oh, we're going to have some fun.
Okay. But we really want to just promote the athletic programs, the band programs, DAMSELS, and whatever else is going on here. And that's why we're doing this, so you can be informed as to who's doing what at Northeastern High School.
Well, thanks for watching the preview show, and hope you join us again on Nightline. And remember, watch them basketball games, because there's two things you can't see anywhere else or hear anywhere else. One is a COVID high five, and boom, baby! For Rick Fletcher, this is Jerry Middleton saying it's been a good night.